Hello students. So welcome to the previous topic, which was European Union. As the topic is vast, we will be completing this topic in two parts. So the second part we will start from here, and before that we summed up to here. That means where the European Union will follow what common foreign and security policy in its dealing with other nations. We had summed up here. So we will start from here today. The European Union has tried to expand areas of operation while acquiring new members. Clear? New members, especially from the erstwhile Soviet bloc. Now after that, as we studied earlier, that while dealing with other nations, it will follow what? Common foreign and security policy. But after that, the European Union decided to do what? Expand areas of cooperation while acquiring new members. That means what? Whoever the countries will be under European Union, that means new members who will come, and they will follow what? Especially from the Soviet bloc, the new members, those who will come, it will do what? It will cooperate. Clear? Especially the Soviet bloc, because the Soviet bloc, after the disintegration, before the disintegration, they had a good relation with the countries of the Soviet bloc. So if the countries from the Soviet bloc come to join the European Union will extend what? Its cooperation in giving them membership. Clear? The process has not proved easy, for people in many countries are not very enthusiastic in giving the EU powers that were exercised by the government of their country. There are also reservations about including some new countries within the EU. So after that, what happened? Whatever they were thinking that they will provide cooperation, regarding that only the process has not proved easy. That means including new members has not become so easy, for people in many countries are not very enthusiastic in giving the EU powers that were exercised by the government of their country, because it's especially about the Soviet bloc. Earlier it was a country. Now when it will join the EU, it will be under whom? The Union. That means European Union. So the people of that particular country, or becoming new members, they were not very keen in giving all the powers to EU. Why? Because earlier it was being run by their own country. So they were not in favor of giving EU the whole lot of power. There are also reservations about including some new countries within the EU. And there is also reservation policy is there, under which some new countries will be included. Clear? So these were some of the problematic sides of the EU. As the people were not giving support, the new member countries were not, the people of that country were not giving support, and they were not ready to give the powers to the EU. So the EU has economic, political and diplomatic and military influence. So these are the features. What are the actually why EU is regarded as a nation state? Now you will come to know about that. Why it has changed from economic to a political one, we have read earlier. Because the European Union has what? Economic, number one, number two, political, and diplomatic. These are two, counted as two. That means economic will be number one, political and diplomatic number two, and military influence. So whatever the country requires actually to be called as a developed country or developed organization, the European Union has these features. That means it is economically strong, it is politically and diplomatically, it is building relations, and it has military powers also. So the European Union is the world's second biggest economy. Clear? With the GDP of more than 17 trillion in 2016, next to that of the United States of America. So just imagine about the development of European Union after 1992 when it was formed. So how rapidly it has seen the path of development actually. How can we say that? First of all, we can say that through this, that it has economic, political and diplomatic and military influence. This is the number one part to their development, how they succeeded. Then after that, the European Union is the world's second biggest economy. GDP of more than 17 trillion in 2016, next to that of USA. That means USA is superpower till date, but after that, the second number, in the second number who comes? The European Union comes. Based on what? Based on its economy. An economy in the sense means it has a GDP of more than 17 trillion. That was in the year 2016. And now it has rise to some other extent. So it is the second biggest economy after the US. Its currency, the euro, can pose a threat to the dominance of US dollar. And European Union is rapidly increasing to the path of development in such a way that whatever the currency of European Union, as I have told you earlier, the euro, it is giving a major threat to the dominance of US dollar. As we can see that the standard exchange of the money is actually USD, that means US dollar, United States dollar. Everywhere it is being exchanged. So it is known as the standard exchange of currency. So now what has become? Along with the US as the standard exchange of money, the euro is also coming in the same. That means what? You can tell that the currency euro is also being exchanged in any parts of the world, unlike the US dollar. So what is this doing actually? The euro, the currency of European Union, that is euro, is giving a major competition to the US dollar. Clear? Its share of world trade is much larger than that of the United States, allowing it to be more assertive in trade disputes with the US and China. And if we talk about the trade system, then in case of trade sharing or the world trade, that the European Union is much ahead of United States and China also. We will not talk about China, we will talk only about United States. That means the superpower is also lagging behind in terms of trade. When it comes to world trade, the European Union is far ahead from United States. Its economic power gives it influence over its closest neighbors as well as in Asia and Africa. And it is leaving behind everyone. Not only the United States, it is leaving behind China. And whatever in terms of development, that means economically, they are so developed that what they are doing, they are giving influence over what? The neighbors as well as in Asia and Africa. That means many countries are coming to cooperate, to do trade with whom? The European Union. So this is the impact of European Union in terms of trade and business. Clear? The European Union is also what? Is also holding an important position. Britain and France hold permanent seats on the UN Security Council. That means what? Britain and France are the members of European Union. That means these are the countries who are the members of European Union. And along with that, if we talk about the members, Britain and France, they hold what? Permanent seats on the UN Security Council. That means they have the veto power. Altogether 5 countries are there, and along that, Britain and France are the 2 countries who have permanent seats. That means what? These 2 countries are from European Union. So regarding these also, we can say that European Union is very much ahead, because 2 of the countries of European Union holds the permanent seats on Security Council. The European Union includes several non-permanent members of the UNSC. That means United Nations Security Council. As Britain and France are also the permanent members, and along with that, many non-permanent members are also in the European Union. That means of Security Council. This has enabled the EU to influence some US policies, such as the current US position on Iran's nuclear program. Its use of diplomacy, economic investment and negotiations rather than coercion and military force has been effective as in the case of its dialogue with China on human rights and environmental degradation. So as the permanent members and non-permanent members are, many countries are there which are the members of European Union. So because of that, it holds what? It holds a strong hand when it comes to compare with the US. Clear? That means what? If US tries to dominate something, in case of that, what happens? The European Union also can object that. And one such example of objecting is whatever the US position was on Iran's nuclear program, that means how Iran will use its nuclear program, they were giving, or they were actually advising. So based on that, the European Union interrupted them and also tried to change whatever the US vision was there regarding Iran's nuclear program. They make the US change. Because of what? Because they have non-permanent members also and permanent members also in their side. Because of that. Clear? So regarding that only, this force has been effective as in the case with dialogue with China on human rights and environmental degradation. And they have also, European Union have also held several talks with China. On what issues? On the issues of human rights and environmental degradation. These are the most common issues in the world today. Regarding human rights and environmental degradation, they have held a talk with China, which the USA alone was doing it earlier before the formation of European Union. Now the European Union is also taking step ahead in having dialogue with other countries. Clear? Militarily, the European Union's combined armed forces are the second largest in the world. Clear? In terms of military also, the European Union are second. After whom? After the US. Its total spending on defense is second after the US. Two European Union member states, that is Britain and France, also have nuclear arsenals of approx 550 nuclear warheads. It is also the world's second most important source of space and communications technology. Clear? It ranks second in the world in the armed forces after US, and its total spending, that means the expenditure, is also second after the United States. And its two permanent members of the United Nations Security Council, that means Britain and France, also have nuclear arsenals of approx 550 nuclear warheads. That means its approximate warheads, the nuclear power of Britain and France is how much? It's around 550 nuclear warheads. And along with that, it is also the world's second most important source of space and communication technology. That means European Union has this achievement. Second in terms of military, second in terms of expenditure. Then its two member countries, Britain and France, have 550 arsenal nuclear warheads. This is the third achievement. And it also ranks second most important source of space. And in terms of space and communication technology also, the European Union ranks second. After this, as a supranational organization, the European Union is able to intervene in economic, political and social areas. But in many areas, its member states have their own foreign relations and defense policies that are often at odds with each other. That means what? Being a very powerful organization, it discusses everything in terms of what? In terms related to economic also, political also and social also. These three spheres, they are developed at par. But in many areas, its member states have their own foreign relations and defense policies. That means what? Just assume that Britain and France are the countries under European Union, but they separately also have foreign relations, might be with other countries. So this is creating what? This is creating confusion. That means if you are under European Union, suppose take the example of Britain, you have to follow the rules and regulation of European Union, but Britain is not doing that. It is following European Union's policy also, and along with that it is personally having the relations, foreign relations with other countries also, which is creating what? Which is creating chaos among the member countries of the European Union, because rules and regulations are meant to be same for everyone. So after that, thus Britain's Prime Minister Tony Blair was America's partner in the Iraq invasion, and many of the European Union's newer members made up with the US-led coalition of the willing, whereas Germany and France opposed American policy. There is also a deep-seated Euroscepticism in some parts of Europe about the European Union's integrationist agenda. That means what? Why it is having personal foreign relations? Because Britain is under European Union, but at one time it was having a good relation with US. Why? Because it togetherly fought and was involved in what? In the Iraq's invasion. This part is also there, which we will read elaborately. This is in the chapter. In the another chapter we will read about this Iraq invasion, in which the Iraq invasion, both these countries, that means Britain and America, were partner. So for that reason Britain is under European Union now, but they are also having the foreign relations with the US. Clear? So there is also a deep-seated Euroscepticism in some parts of Europe about the European Union's integrationist agenda. That means what? It is creating confusion all over, because Britain on one hand is under European Union, they should follow their rules and regulation, but apart from following the rules and regulation of European Union, they are also maintaining relations with countries like US. And the reason is that earlier Britain had good relations with the United States. Thus, for example, Britain's former Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher kept the UK out of European market. Clear? Before Tony Blair, Britain's former Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, what he did? It kept UK, the United Kingdom, out of the European market. That means if the country was there under European Union, but they were not dealing anything that was related to the European market. Clear? Denmark and Sweden have resisted the Maastricht Treaty and the adoption of euro, the common European currency. This limits the ability of the EU to act in matters of foreign relations and defense. So as Britain were the members, but they did not allow their country to be the part of European market. That means trade. Denmark and Sweden have resisted the Maastricht Treaty and the adoption of euro. But as Britain opted out, the UK opted out of the European market, but along with that, the other two countries, that is Denmark and Sweden, have what? Have resisted the Maastricht Treaty. They have followed the Maastricht Treaty. They have resisted this and the adoption of euro, the common European currency. Clear? That means they are not following this, and they have also resisted the adoption of euro, which is the European Union's common currency. This limits the ability of EU to act in matters of foreign relations and defense, and this is only creating whatever they are resisting. Suppose they are resisting Maastricht Treaty also and adoption of euro also. Clear? So due to this, it is giving problem to what? It is giving problem to the European Union. What it is doing actually? It is limiting the ability of European Union to act in matters of foreign relations and defense. So as they are not adopting this, so this is creating problem for European Union in matters of what? In matters of foreign relations and defense. Clear? So with this we come to an end of the topic, the European Union, and today we had studied about the military achievements. What are that? It ranks second in terms of military after US, and in terms of military expenditure also it is ranked second after US, and its two permanent members, that is Britain and France, have 550 nuclear warheads, and along with that it is ranked second in terms of space and communication technology also. Then we had read about what are the different various problems related to the European Union, because the countries under European Union are following the rules and regulation of European Union also, and along with that they are maintaining foreign relations with other countries also. And we had taken the example of Britain, as they were maintaining good relations with the US, and that reason was that it has a good relations from earlier with the US. Then after that, how the UK opted out of the European market, and after that Denmark and Sweden also followed the same thing. They resisted the Maastricht Treaty, and they also resisted the adoption of European Union's common currency euro, and for this reason the problem actually increased for the European Union, for the reason that it was facing difficulty in the matters of foreign relations and defense. Its power were assumed to be limited. So with this, I hope that the topic European Union is almost clear in your mind, and I would wind up today's topic. Thank you.